Hello, this is the low-res hamster here, and I want to show you guys a overview of this game here, MLB Power Pros 2007. It is one of my favorite games of all time, and it does well for being on a Wii, and has a very good replayability, especially with one game mode that you'll see later. But I want to give you a quick view of this thing, just a blue disc. There is another one that came out for Power Pros, which was 2008. Still a good game with some of the same modes and a new one that came with it, but I enjoy the 2007 version the most. So let's get right into it and start showing you some of the game modes.
MLB Power Pros! MLB Power Pros!
Here's the main menu, with a nice view of a stadium behind, and it will switch every time, and a picture of a player and the team logo on the front. But let's get straight into this. I'll go into My Data, and this will be the first place we'll be looking. No really game modes here, but you can see some of the abilities. You can check the audio, change the settings there, commentator, PA. You can go to load data, that will load different players. Custom edit players, which you can change the voice setup and the statistics setup. You can also go to change abilities for players and change an entire person's stats. We've got Narton here. You can change uniform number. You can change pitching form. You can change batting form as well. You can change that voice again. You can select and search through here. You can change facial expressions, the eyes, the hair, facial hair, extra accessories, and even some other things, like bats and glove colors, and even wristbands as well, and glasses. You can also adjust all abilities of the players, A being the best and G being the worst. As you can see here, I'm making this guy pretty powerful, but he can't field or have any air resistance. You can also adjust their pitching settings even for a fielder, and vice versa. For your pitcher, you can upgrade fielding. He can have a pretty low top speed and pretty high top speed, a top of 105 and a bottom of 49. You can also upgrade his control and stamina, his type of pitches, and everything else in between that you can use for a pitcher. You can also go to special abilities. These ones are bonus, like bare hand catch. Well, you can bare hand catch, or base running, or throwing, or consistency. All these can be adjusted and add bonuses that aren't just on your main screen where you see your abilities. Next, we're going to statistics. Oh, that sounded weird. Statistics. You can change your average, your home runs, and your RBIs automatically based on their stats, control, power, run speed. And you can see you got some pretty good seasons just by automatic. But we can bump this up with manual and get some pretty crazy numbers for a baseball player. I don't think this is quite legit for a real baseball player, but it's just a fun little thing, and there's Norton there. All finished up and looking pretty powerful, if I have to say so myself. Okay, on to the next part, password input. This here is when you would have a created character in Success. You can take an entire code from the end of the game, and you could bring it over by putting in all the correct numbers. It's a very long code, but it works. You also have display settings here, but that's not too important. And credits, we don't want to view those right now. And that would be all about it for the My Data section. And we'll be moving on to the next area. Okay, time for profile. Not much here, just some files you can load and unload. Time for baseball cards. So, you can collect baseball cards for every team and for every player that they have loaded into the game as playable characters. AAA and Major League. It'll give you a card, some with photos, some without, and it'll give you an idea for their last year's statistics and their entire career, their age, and it's just a really useful way to look at some players if you want to, and a way to collect some things and spend some coins that you collect overall in your game. Here's the Pirates. You can see their special ability screen as well if you click C plus up on the D-pad, and see some extra abilities. Just showing a couple more guys here. You can see some of those special abilities come into play. Here is a AAA player. You can see some of his abilities as well. Again, sometimes they'll have no photo, especially if they're in the AAA or they're a rookie. I'm just flipping through some of these guys. And here are the Baltimore Orioles. I'll look at two guys here. Real quick, a couple of them. And now we're on to this screen, which again, you can collect cards for all teams, but also, each team, if you click C plus down on the D-pad, has a cute little thing where it shows you some information about the team. Here I'll show you the Detroit Tigers real quick and the Chicago White Sox. Gives you some information about their beginnings and some things that's going on for them. And now, let's go to the shop where you can actually buy these baseball cards. Here you can buy a 10-pack of assorted cards, 10 fielder cards, or 10 pitcher cards. We can also get pitching forms, batting forms, 3rd and 4th uniforms for all teams, and an other page where you can buy some knickknacks in stadiums and other things for season modes. Let's take a look at these pitching forms. Even though they're sold out, since we have all of them on this Wii system, you can still click A and take a peek on whatever pitching form fits you best and you want to buy. All this is just coins you get from playing the game. Doing Home Run Derby or any other modes gets you these coins, and then you can spend them here in the shop to buy some cool new pitching motions. You can also switch hands, switch dominant hands. Here's the batting forms as well. Again, you can switch from righty to lefty. There's some pretty cool ones that you can get. Now we can go to the 3rd and 4th uniforms. Each team gets 2 or 3 of these extra uniforms. I think maybe sometimes 4. But it just gives you a new look when you're playing any game, I believe at least. You can go and check them out. Here in the others page, you can get small, medium, and large season bonuses when you play the season game mode. 4 ballparks you can buy. These areas here are a little bit more expensive for the coins, but still some pretty cool ballparks. Arranged team mode and season, and a credit game, which all of them are pretty cool, and just here in this others tab for you to buy. This is about it here though for the shop. Let's move on to the next mode. Now time for an exhibition match. Let's go check it out. You can play with 1 player, 2 players if you've got another friend, or just watch a match against computers, which can be pretty fun. We're gonna just stick with 1 player here against computer. Here you can choose your teams, even from the all-star teams, and any custom teams you've made and arranged. Here you can switch from home and away and change those uniforms I was talking about, though the all-stars don't get the extra uniforms. You can also click random select to get a different stadium each time. You can flip it around and get a free stadium to choose for you. Here you've got the game settings to switch up whatever you want. And you can check your lineup from this last page before you play. Change your pitcher up. You can also change your lineup. Throw some new guys in there. Make something new if your team doesn't seem to be working out. Or just getting those happiest guys. They play better when they're happy. If they look sad, they don't play as well. And off we go. Exhibition matches are pretty simple. You just play a match until the innings are over. It's just a fun, enjoyable time. Get yourself some base hits. That was a nice bunt there. And just see what you can do. Against a computer or a friend, you can change the computer's difficulty by a lot. You can change lock on. A lot of settings you can fix up in the pause menu and the start of the game. But overall, just a fun time. Pitching, hitting. It's what you expect from an exhibition match. But now I'm going to let this run for a little bit so you can see some of the gameplay right here.